from there, I ended up going to the Ritz in New York. And there we're doing Kiss, we're doing Leonard Skinner, we're doing Pat Benatar, Anthrax, you name it, the Ritz did it. There was a commercial for Jack Daniels I saw on TV one night, and it was Frank Sinatra, and he was talking about time and music, right? And he goes, I was there in '77 during the punk rock scene, and I'm sitting there going, yeah, me too, you know? And he goes, and then we were there on the Sunset Strip, you know, in '81 with the hair metal scene, and they show Randy Rhoads playing because I got to work with Randy Rhoads. You know, and it's like, I was there. You know, it's like '77, the very beginning of it, '81. All these bands were not, the hair bands were not signed to deals yet. Everybody was wrestling for a record deal, you know. Just by haps, I end up in New York City, and hip hop is starting out, right? And I step right into that, you know. And it's just kind of weird how those three things happen, you know. And honestly, I don't think there's anybody that can look back through their music history and say the same. Wait a minute, I was there in '77 too, you know? Or I was there on the monitor side of the stage doing Randy Rhoads in '81, right? And then doing Queen Latifah in '85. The musicians are the guys in the bands are the one that get to make the money, you know, the poor roadies, and that's why I became a sound engineer, was they put me on a level with the band and not down with the road crew. If you could throw them an extra $10 at the end of the night, you know, I think they do it for the love of it. One of my friends on Facebook still today, Dutch, was a roadie, was meant to be a roadie his entire life, you know? And so they're the guys that took off out to Hollywood. Dutch ended up going to England, right, to get in that business and stay in it, because you're not going to make any kind of living doing it for the local bar band, you know, down here. You've got to get out and find a band that's signed to a record deal. I think for those guys, I just think it's a calling. But it really takes a love to want to do it, you know. When I became the guitar roadie for the Dead Boys, right, that was just, it was one, learning something new, right, to expand, you know, my background, right. But it was also, you know, like the other guys on that crew at that time and other crews, is the dedication that they have. You know, a lot of it comes from believing in the music, that you're working for the musicians that you love.